All right. Hey guys, this is our first New Key Order podcast that we're going to be starting. I'm Hector.
Hi, my name is Anthony.
And so for our first podcast, we thought we'd start off by talking about, our origin story, hence the name of our first episode of this podcast. Would you like to start off, Anthony, with where we started, where we got the idea?
Yeah. So since this is the first podcast, you guys obviously don't know us yet. So as I said, my name is Anthony and this is Hector. And so we are the founders of the New Key Order. Hector, would you like to explain kind of how we came up with it?
Yeah, I'll explain. So it's pretty simple actually. We were in class, we're in high school, by the way, in case people were wondering. We're just trying to do a podcast because we thought, it might be fun and we might make it big one day. It's our goal. But yeah, so we were in class, science class, and just, sitting down, we're like thinking about what to do because we already started our club, the New Key Order, and we're like, you know what? Or no, sorry, we didn't start it. I'm getting ahead of myself. We were just
the idea.
Yeah, the idea came into my head, and I'm like, yo, Anthony, a club sounds like a great idea. It'll make us like known to more and more people, and we could become really big. The biggest club in our school.
Right.
At least that's what we were thinking.
Still is our goal.
Well, yeah, it's still our goal. But yeah, so we're thinking, what sounds like a really good club? Now, I'm gonna be honest. The biggest club that I thought was at our school was this other club called Key Club, where they did stuff like community service, stuff like that. And I'm thinking, well, what if we, I guess they were a bit of an inspiration. I'll be honest. So I don't exactly remember what I called the club, but it was something along the lines of it had the word key in it and club, or not club, but it had the word key in it. And then Anthony suggested, what if we call it the New Key Order? And I'm like, damn, that sounds like a great name. All right.
Yeah, I wanted something that sounded legit, not just a knockoff Key Club, but a new thing, something new, something that had potential.
Yeah, it just seemed like a really unique name, No other club at our school just sounded like that. So we're like, you know what? Well, let's go with that, all right? No one has it. It'll stand out from everyone else, which I think it does. I don't know.
Definitely does.
Apart from
Too much.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's pretty much where we come up with the idea. And we're just like telling each other, we're going to stick with this, okay? We're not going to make this just like a random thing and then not end up doing it, which is why we're doing our podcast right now. But
so here we are.
Yeah.
2 months later, yep.
So we're like, let's go with that, And it's pretty much after that we came up with more ideas, but I'll get to that. Anthony, want to share anything else before we keep going?
Yeah, so pretty much all this took place. It started, I think, the idea started about mid-November, and we kind of finalized that we were going to commit to this around the end of November. I don't remember the exact date. We have it written down somewhere. I believe November 28th, maybe?
It's
Don't take my word
27th.
for that.
27th.
27th of November. And so, yeah, today is January 22nd. So it's been a few months, but this is our official first podcast. And so for the rest of this episode, we're going to be talking about who helped us make it. And we're going to be talking about what happened from November 27th until today, this point. It all started with us trying to make our club official. So for that, we needed a few requirements. We had to go to ASB and get this like application sort of thing. And we had to recruit members and get signatures. And
Should
basically
explain what ASB is really quick?
Oh, yeah. So ASB is like, they're kind of like, I don't even know how to explain it. I don't know what ASB stands for.
I don't either, but they pretty much plan
They
stuff.
run the events for our school. Yeah, they plan things.
And so we had to run our club by that. Sorry, I keep interrupting you. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
There you go.
So they were so we needed to talk to them to get our club officiated because it's all up to them, really.
That's true. Yeah, so they gave us a sheet of paper, we fill it out for them, and it pretty much has a bunch of information, what we're going to do, what our plan is, name, everything like that. We also we get signatures from people to join our club before we do that. We pretty much put a bunch of we put a lot of what we want to do. We wanted to be a club that pretty much did everything. All right. That's why it would be unique from every other club. It did everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything we mean, there's academic clubs, there's clubs that focus on community service, there's clubs that are for social events. We wanted to take a little bit of everything and throw it into one spot to just try to make the best club.
Yeah.
Put simply.
Best club. for example, I'm just going to state some of the things that we put down on there. We put a community service, which we got from the idea off of, because a lot of clubs at our school have community service that help out the kids who need that, like Key Club. They are mostly surrounding community service, which is a big thing in high school. So we're like, you know what, that'll be good. We also have
like academic groups, kind of like study times at lunch.
Yeah.
For people who are working on the same thing. Bam, you could come to our club and you could work on stuff.
That's true. We can just like do whatever. You could also just, hang out if you were wanting to hang out with some friends, because once you join Key Club, all right, it's like a family, okay? We're a family, That's what we strive to become. Something like that,
Yeah.
It'll be a place to go, But yeah, that's pretty much it, I think, as for what we wanted to do in the club, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think we covered that. As for,
Sorry.
You guys might be wondering like why we're like talking past tense, and that's because we kind of experienced some delays, which we'll get to later, but still talking in the past. So we were filling out our thing, and in order to do that, we needed, what was it, like 15 to 20 signatures?
No. We only needed like 10, but we were like, you know what, let's go all out and get like 20 or 30.
Yeah.
We did,
How many did we get? We got like 30 at least, right?
Yeah, we got a lot of people. Some people to help us out, spread the word. I'm just going to quickly say that the podcast idea did not come until like, I don't know, the 2019, January.
Actually,
right?
No. It was a little bit before that because
actually, yeah, you're right.
I remember we were making a podcast for science, just like as a, kind of a jokey, quick assignment sort of thing. And I remember I'm like, yo, why don't we just do these for our club? And, that seemed like a good idea because it's a great way to like cover everything. I guess you could just, we could just talk freely. Maybe have guests on here.
Yeah,
we have that planned.
I'm like, that's like a great idea. I'm like, podcast just sounds like a really fun thing to do. I listen to podcasts. I listen to podcasts in the past. I'm like, because I enjoy sitting down and just listening to people talk about stuff. I think it's kind of interesting. So like, I agreed with Anthony when he said, let's make a podcast for our club. I think that'll bring in a lot of people, and it just after that we're just like, let's do that.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's fine. Go ahead.
It's not like this is just gonna for anyone who doesn't go to our school, because I'm hoping you guys are out there. This is not just gonna be about our club at school. We're gonna try to like make these podcasts about any topic. Like we want to be able to cover everything that there is to cover, and to do that, we're gonna have different people on the podcast, like maybe every other week.
Yeah, we don't want to like. Or, I personally thought we should, like, I don't know, get one person every day. But then Anthony made a good point. We probably should just have days with just me and him, talking about stuff. Because, having new people on is pretty cool. But, like, sometimes, we should just take a break and then talk about whatever we want to talk about. Just, us two. I don't want to go off topic really quick, but I just want to, I don't know if this should be a quick thing. But when we were creating the club, we thought it'd be, so I keep saying, we thought it'd be a good idea to make our club like based around, like have wardens instead of presidents and vice presidents.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because
that's a unique factor.
Yeah, we got the idea. Well, I think Anthony did. I don't really remember who. I'm pretty sure it was Anthony. Got the idea of wardens from
slightly inspired from Game of Thrones.
Yeah, slightly inspired from Game of Thrones. They had the warden of the North, East, South, and West. And we're like, you know what? What if we have wardens instead of presidents, vice presidents? Which, just to make it a fun club, a fun, unique, different from everyone else's,
Yeah, as we said earlier, we're trying to stand out. We don't want to just be the same as everyone else.
Yeah, so if we had wardens, no one else has that. They all have presidents, vice presidents, but we're the unique club, okay? We don't have any of that. We're making it, and we have 4 wardens, by the way, which is, well, we're going to have another episode, not this episode where we talk about it, but we have 2 other wardens. Their names are Tristan and Ton, and we'll get them on this podcast at a later day, not this week, since we have one podcast every week.
Next Tuesday, I believe, should be Tristan, right?
Yeah, and next Tuesday is going to be Tristan. She's our warden of the East, if I'm not mistaken, right?
You are correct.
All right, cool.
I am warden of the North, by the way.
Yeah, and I'm warden of the South because, pretty cool. But yeah, we also have Yeah, I don't know. I think I should share. Okay, I'll just share it now and then share more at the end. But we have a new key order Discord, also other social media and stuff like that, just to spread the word and get people to join us. Have fun with that.
I think it would be nice to get, once we have more listeners and more viewers, if we could get them on the Discord and we could chat with you guys.
Yeah, bring people in, talk about the people who join and just have fun with it. Stuff. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Hopefully, something like that.
Yeah, it's a work in progress, but we're gonna try to get a new key order account on every social media platform, just so we have more ways to spread the word and talk to you guys.
Because some people have specific social media. I don't know. Some people might use Twitter only and not like, I don't know, Instagram. So we gotta like spread it out. Also, we have like a goal, right? So like at an average of 100 viewers, I know that's like big goal, but I think we can make it. But an average of 100 viewers, we want to go. You want to make one of those podcasts that's like our faces. And it just looks nice, for YouTube. We'll post it on YouTube.
Yeah, more official, so that we can actually have something you guys can watch too. I mean, we'll still have it on Spotify so you guys can listen. But for those of you guys who prefer watching something on YouTube, we'll be able to post us, sitting at a desk with a nice setup. And yeah.
Yeah, we just don't want to like make our podcast face right now. Not until we become bigger, I guess. Yeah, when we become more well-known. I think.
I would like to point out that we're still new to this, so we're not too sure what we're doing yet, but that's why once we have more experience, we'll be better at it.
Yeah, because I can, I'm not trying to be a downer or anything, but I can tell that I really need to work on, when I say stuff or when there's silence, I guess. But that's why this is our first podcast, so there's...
a little bit of a test run, as well as our origin story, which I think we're a little off track right now.
Because, I know people are going to listen to this, which I think is kind of like... it's weird, everyone's listening to my voice. They're listening to us talking about stuff. And, I'm not usually about that, but I'm like, I got to leave my comfort zone. I got to do a podcast. Podcasts are fun. All right. Got to make myself known.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right. Where were we? I think we...
Okay. Let's see. We were talking about Wardens?
Wardens. Yeah, we were talking about Wardens. Do you have anything else to say about Wardens? I think I...
Well, the original idea is that they have equal power among like decisions for where the club is going. That won't pertain to these podcasts though. The podcasts are ran by me and Hector, and we're gonna try to keep them weekly.
Yeah, and for the power, I don't mean to like say anything bad about the other wardens. All right, we chose the wardens because we thought they're trustworthy and we thought they would contribute, which they are. Tristan, she is actually, what was it? She writes articles for a club, right? So we're like,
she's in the journalist club.
Yeah. So she could help us out on that bit, because our school has a website and she can post stuff about us, which I thought was cool. Make her a warden. And Ton, he's a really trustworthy person. He's a good friend. We thought, let's get him to also be a warden. Because he could contribute a lot. He's friends, and he can spread the word, stuff like that. I keep saying but you get the point.
So, anyways, aside from wardens, I don't know if it's... This idea might have been slightly scrapped, Hector. The ranks, have we acknowledged that at all?
Oh, yeah. Do you want to do it or should I?
Well, I'm not sure. Because when we first made this club, we thought it'd be a cool idea to have different ranks. We haven't done much with it yet. So,
yeah. But then again, we haven't had a meeting yet.
Yeah, we still even have our first meeting, which we'll get to why and later.
Yeah. But yeah, there's do you want to explain the ranks? Just what we had in mind?
Yeah. So we were thinking, when you first join our club, you're an initiate, right? And initiate, it's not like it's a bad thing. It's just you're new to the club, and it just means you're new to the club. And as you do more things with our club, community service events, maybe even just coming to our meetings, we're thinking like dedicated members, they would rank up in a sense and get to a higher rank. Obviously, the highest being warden. However, there can only be 4 at a given time. And in I think, what was it? The second in I don't even remember what it's called. I'm sorry.
Second rank or the second highest?
Second highest.
That's Z rank.
Z rank, right? We have one member in Z rank. He does not go to our school. His name is Diego. He'll be on a later podcast.
Yeah, we could
Our goal is to get him to set up a new key order at his school.
Oh yeah. Like he's our outreach program, you know?
Exactly. And he's also a good friend of ours, so I trust him to be able to set one up over there.
Yeah, he should be a good part of our plan, you know? Get the word out to other schools, because really quick thing, the new, or what was it, Key Club and I think Mecha's another club at our school that works on stuff. But yeah, I think those two clubs, yeah, they have like people who are part of the club like everywhere, like a lot of places, like in the same like school districts and just other schools.
Yeah.
And you know, if we get that, you know, that'd be pretty cool.
We want to spread our roots.
Yeah.
We want to be more than just a little school club. We want to try to make ourselves known.
Yeah, we want to be something
And
outside of this.
That's also part of the reason why we decided to do podcasts. We want to make ourselves known. So like, if you guys are listening to this, like, if you wouldn't mind, maybe share with even just a few people, because that would really help out, especially this early on.
Yeah, I mean, I think I might share not saying I won't, but like sharing this not Discord, sharing this podcast on like my social media, just my personal stuff. I might do that. I don't know if I should, but
I think you should.
yeah, I mean, I have a lot of people on there, but I might put it. I'll share it. Yeah, I'll put it on my bio, and I'll put.
I mean, if we're asking them to share it, we have to share it.
Well, yeah, but like this is our personal stuff. I don't know, because like, okay, I was talking about it like a couple minutes ago. I was saying how I'm not really used to this sort of stuff, which is like, if people are gonna listen, then they're gonna listen to me and you talk, and you know, if we do get a lot of people, everyone's gonna listen. So I'm like, if I put this on my personal stuff, I'm gonna get people like my family members listening to this, and I don't know, that's just kind of uncomfortable. But I guess that's the point of this podcast, is to,
I mean,
or not the biggest point, but
I'm sure we'll both get past that,
yeah,
because
it's a reason.
Our goal is to get a large following anyways. So
yeah, that is our goal.
So where were we left off at?
We're just talking about ranks, yeah.
Okay. Aside from ranks, what is another big foundation of a big part of our club?
Well, just to really quick close off on the ranks. Yeah, that was our idea. It still can be our idea, like to have ranks, to give people ranks for the stuff they do in our club, you know, their contributions to the club, which will increase their rank, you know, to help us out. So we haven't really worked on it that much, because we haven't really had a first meeting. You know, once we have our first meeting, I think we can figure out how the ranks are going to work. But it's pretty much rank 1 to rank Z, and then warden. And warden, you can only become warden once one of our wardens leaves, or like, you know, yes, if they leave, you know, another one gets promoted, and it's pretty much like that.
Yeah. Also, so you know, Hector and I are probably going to graduate in a little over a year, about a year and like a few months. So, I mean, theoretically speaking, we would still be going with these podcasts. However, there'd probably be new wardens at our school, but we would still be running all this, just in case you guys are wondering. Yeah.
You know, I have my sister who goes to my school, like, or goes to our school right now. So I'm like, maybe she can help out. You know, once I leave, be like, hey,
yeah,
like help us out. Help
I have
the
a little
new
brother
order
going there next year too. So
yeah, it's perfect.
Prodigy.
You know? We've got people. We've got siblings. You know, we got a heir to the throne, wardens. You know, maybe they become wardens. Yeah. I don't think my sister will become one. But yeah, I think that's it for ranks, right?
Yeah, I think we can move on.
Yeah, so
we could always come back later.
What else do we have apart from the ranks? Oh yeah, the merch. We have merch.
Oh, we do have merch. Okay, that is an important. So, I know a lot of you guys might be hesitant because you probably just heard about us, but I don't want to take credit. Hector designed some merch, and we're going to be trying to put it up for sale.
Yeah.
In case you guys want to support us.
You know, you want to help out the club starting out, you know, be like, represent, help us out, you know, stuff like that. You know, there's merch, there's anything, sweatshirts, you know, long sleeve shirts, short sleeve shirts, anything you'd usually wear. I try to go with when designing a shirt. Obviously, I get input from my other wardens like Anthony and make sure that people like it and they would actually buy it, not just putting it our logo or whatever on a shirt and sending it out.
We want to make something that you would enjoy wearing, not some like weird club shirt, but something that actually looks nice.
Yeah, like I'm gonna make sure that when I buy it, because I'm buying it like I'm not saying this just because I want it to be sold, but I'm saying this because I'm sure that it's high quality. Okay, it's not like you make it inside an art class and it just feels like it was just printed on and it's not that good. It's like high quality stuff. Okay, it's not none of that. I don't know, just it's good is what I'm saying, and that if you want to represent, you can buy it. I don't know how this this site works. I don't know how to put our link in bio, but I'll try to figure it out. I'm sure it'll be.
We'll work that out. I'm sure by the next podcast we'll have more information on that. But we're just giving you guys like a little announcement, kind of.
Yeah, just like so you know what's coming. What's coming up. Mm-hmm. Right? Yeah.
Okay. So aside, we talked about merch. We talked about ranks. Talked about how we got our idea. Okay.
We can talk about what happened with the becoming official.
The delay.
Yeah, I'll let you do that. You go ahead.
I don't want to say any names first of all.
Let's not say any names right now. Just
keep this talking about a person, okay? Yeah. So there is a certain someone out there,
and they know who they are.
Person, they know who they are. They might be listening to this. Let's just say that they were against our club for unknown reasons. Maybe they were jealous that they were not a warden. Maybe they just didn't like the idea of our club. But they ended up not liking our club very much, and they got in contact with the right people. You want to explain that more, Hector?
Okay. I'll try to explain this best I can without getting some people. I don't think people are gonna get mad, but whatever. Okay. So pretty much, when you're making a club, okay, it has to get past a teacher, which is our Spanish teacher, who is also working with ASB, the people who plan out events and do stuff like that. That's who you go for to make your club official. They'd be like, hey, that's a good club. Let's make it a reality. And then it becomes real, right? So pretty much we're trying to do that. And we tell one of our friends about it. And he is, sorry, I just said, I don't know. It's what, okay. He's not about it. He's like, hey, that's, I don't think your club's going to really make it. But, let's see what happens. And he decides to go tell a higher power, as in like someone who is a close friend to ASB and that teacher. And they go and tell the teacher that our club is not that good. Okay, they send out false information. I'm saying.
I guess it wouldn't matter if we got too specific, but they implied that we were trying to steal members from Key Club and replace them as a club, which was never our intent. Obviously, our name was slightly inspired from them, but our goal was never to replace them or do any harm to them.
Yeah, we're just trying to. Yeah, we're trying to become a club. I don't see if they were, worried that our club will become big. Well, I'm flattered, but we're a small club. I don't think there's anything we're worried about. But it ended poorly. I
don't blame the person who told the teacher, because I think they were misinformed by our friend.
Yeah,
I believe that is what happened. But in the end, we did not get our club approved, mostly for this reason, I would say.
And I think if we say what we did next, that it will soon be known to the leader or the teacher that makes clubs official. It'll soon be known to her what we're doing now. So do you want to share that, Anthony, or should we just not?
I don't think we need to talk about that just yet. Perhaps in a later podcast.
Yeah, we'll do it in a later podcast. But yeah.
As of right now, I don't even think it would I don't really think it has any impact on what we're talking about right now.
Yeah, and I feel like the people listening who don't go to our school are kind of confused, but also the people who go to our school are still a little confused.
Yeah, sorry if you don't go to our school and you just kind of think we're rambling, but
sorry.
We're just explaining why we don't have any meetings at the moment.
Yeah, it's fine though. We'll move on from that really quick and go to what? Oh yeah, I guess have we talked about our goals with the podcast? Or we have, but maybe a little further.
We touched base on them, but yeah, go ahead.
All right, so I'm just gonna say what I think we should. So pretty much, the podcast, we feel like since we're selling if we sell merch, and I think we already have buyers, okay? Because I was talking to some people and they were like, you know what, I'd buy that, okay? We want to make money, and with the profit that we get, not apart from buying more shirts for people, the profit we get, we want to put it into the club, okay? And since at the moment our club is not 100% official because it has to be accepted into the school, we can't really make money through selling food at school. When
yeah, we can't do the school fundraising events, so
we're gonna do
we have merch as an alternative method for growing our club.
Yeah, and we're talking with some of our friends, and this one guy, his name's Raul. All right, we're gonna get him on the club as well. But pretty much
podcast.
Yeah, sorry, podcast. Wait, what did I say?
Said club.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, he's already in the club. Podcast. Yeah, we're gonna get him on the podcast soon. I think in a few weeks. But first, we're gonna talk about just the people in the club and the main people. Well, I mean, he's a good part of it. Raul is like what would you call
it? Head of advertising.
Head of advertisement.
Advertising. Head of recruitment. Basically, he's the social guy who can get people in our club. Spread the word.
He'll be loud. He'll get the word out. We'll get more people to join us, stuff like that, which is good. That's what we want. I think he is our main guy for that, which is good. That's what every, I guess, business or club needs to get the word out when they're starting fresh.
Maybe business one day, but club for now.
Club for now. But I think you get the point. He's that guy. That's a good part of it. All right. What else?
Exactly.
What else? Our club.
Another important member is what's it called? Our advisor, I guess. Miss Hamilton.
Yeah. Miss Hamilton, our math teacher.
She agreed to host our meetings in her room, and she's a very great math teacher, by the way. Just throwing that in there.
Yeah, one of the best. But yeah. So she's our advisor, pretty much.
She was nice enough to. She gave us permission, pretty much, to host meetings in her room. So when we start hosting meetings, then we have a spot to do it now.
Yeah, and for the people who do go to our school and want to go to our meetings, I think we chose to make it on Wednesdays or Mondays.
We're still deciding. It's most likely going to be on Wednesdays at lunch.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's also Key Club going that day. I mean, we could be flexible and change the days if more people end up only being able to go on one certain day, but I guess we'll see. Our first meeting though will be Wednesday, right? Next week.
Yeah. I mean, if Key Club really has a problem with it, then we're willing to change.
Yeah, and I also talked with Key Club. I don't know if they're still about it since club's not fully official, but I talked with the Key Club leader, and she said that she would be down. All right, this is what I have in text messages. She would be down to do joint events, our club and her club, doing stuff together, which I think was good, right? Yeah, that sounds good.
I think that could also boost our popularity in some sense.
Make us more well-known to everyone. Also her members.
Right. Okay. So what's next? What's our next topic?
Well, I think, if we're talking up to now.
So in terms of what we're doing now, today, Hector and I spent a lot of time. We made a time schedule / calendar on a Google Doc, and so we have we have podcasts planned out for the next 2 months, pretty much, about who's when. Well, let's see. Next week is we have.
Should we say upcoming people we plan on having? Because I know we have.
Yeah, I'll talk about for the first month or for this next month or two. Next week, we're going to have our first guest on, Tristan. As we said earlier, she's a warden. After that...
don't say.
Okay.
Yeah, let's keep that
that'll be a surprise.
Okay.
After that is a surprise. And then the week after that is our other warden, Ton. And then after that, we have a lot more people who are coming on. We're going to try to fill in some episodes with just us two talking about topics. But
yeah, I think after Ton, we'll do another one, just us. Just talking about stuff?
Yeah.
And then move on to talking about more people, hopefully.
Perhaps Diego.
Yeah.
Because I think you guys would like Diego. He's pretty nice.
Wait, did we talk about Diego? Apart from saying that he was our outreach program?
We said he's... Oh, no, that's all we said.
Yeah, I don't think we said his name.
He likes to call himself The Hand.
Yeah, we can ask him why on the podcast, but we'll get back to it.
He's an interesting guy, but we don't want to
Yeah,
ruin
let's not spoil
your podcast.
topics for the podcast, because we need time. Oh, yeah, we need stuff to talk about. But yeah.
Right. So let's talk about where we think we'll be 5 years from now.
Ooh, 5 years from now. Should I share first, or do you want to?
I want to know what you think. You've never told me.
That's true. I didn't. I think you told me, but you can say that after. 5 years from now. Well, I mean, I want to bring the club with me. Like, not like completely rip it from the school, but I want to bring a part of it with me, so I can. I don't want it to end. All right. I want it to become big. I wanted it to, because Key Club and Mecha, those clubs are big. Okay, they've got a lot of people in it. They got a lot of schools, and I want that to be for New Key Order. Some people might be like, they might be doubting that we can make it that big, but I have hope. Okay, I have hope that we can make it big. If we're saying, or if we're doing this podcast right now, it shows that we're, I guess, like, we want this to happen. So we're like dedicated, So in 5 years from now, I'm probably gonna, be in college, I guess. Maybe, I don't know, graduate. I don't know how long it'll take. But after that, I don't know. Maybe I meet up with Anthony again if we get close or something like that, and we just work on our podcast, because I want to keep doing our podcast every week. Obviously, there might be a break or two. I don't know. But I want us to become big. Maybe we'll make money off of the podcast, our merch, stuff like that, and become, I don't know, get 1 million followers, I guess. Million listeners, stuff like that. Just really big goals. Okay, that's in 5 years. I want to become really big in the podcast with Anthony, of course, because we both did it. So I want to bring that.
It's definitely a team effort. It'd be a shame if one of us didn't want to continue this anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, I think we're both very committed, though. And as I was telling Hector, like, obviously we still want to go to college. It's not like we're like dropping everything to focus on this, but we're going to be persistent with this, and we're going to hope that through some breakthrough, we're going to get well known, and we'll keep it up. We're going to keep making these, even no matter how long it takes.
Yeah, and
we have fun doing them. So
yeah, and I feel like I've heard, like, or I've watched videos on people like on YouTube. They're like, oh, dropped out of college because I wanted to pursue YouTube because it was taking up a lot of my time. I'm thinking, this is just a podcast, until we make it to like 100 average listeners, when we start trying to make it like on YouTube and more professional with our face cams and stuff like that. Until that happens, I think it's not difficult, in my opinion, at all, really, to record 1 hour a week for like one episode, right? So I think it's like pretty easy, not like easy, but it's pretty not too difficult thing to do if we want to pursue a podcast, and even if we graduate after that, it's just like an hour off our week. I don't think that's something that we can't do. I think it's something that
we definitely have the time. So that's why we kind of need your guys' help too. So I mean, everyone who's watching right now, I mean,
yeah,
even if we just tell one person, like, hey, check out this podcast. I thought it was pretty interesting. Yeah, even just doing that, that would help us out a lot.
Yeah, you don't have to really telling one person, I guess. You can get people
it's like a chain reaction.
Yeah. One person be like, oh, I don't really like it, but maybe my friend will like it, something like that.
Even if this isn't your thing, maybe you have friends who like it. If you have a friend who likes podcasts, send them our way.
Yeah, like me personally, I know some people who don't particularly would listen to a podcast for hours on end, but I know I would, okay, and I do it. I have a podcast that I enjoy listening to, and I listen to it, for a long times when I'm not really doing much. You don't have to be, I guess you could just sit down, if you're bored, listen to our podcast, I guess, share it with other people. If you want shout outs on social media, help us out like that. Anything works, really. Just getting the word out is what we want.
As to where you can find us, where you can find all of our podcasts, you're putting them on Spotify, I believe, right, Hector?
Yeah, I read that the site I'm using right now, which is, what was it called? Beanpod, I think. Podbean, something like that. I read that it allows you to put it on Spotify. Not really sure how it works, but I'll figure it out after we're done recording this one.
Yeah, and as a backup, we'll have a YouTube channel, even if we're just uploading audio clips to there. It's still something for now.
Yeah, I don't exactly know what you're envisioning with it, but I haven't made the YouTube, but I'll make it. I'll let you do that. I don't really know what you want from it, but yeah.
Well, okay. Let me clarify. 'Cause I think we mentioned this earlier that at 100 average viewers, we're gonna try to switch over to like
Face cams and stuff like that.
face cam. Yeah, like you'll be able to see us there talking. So that's when obviously we'd be uploading to YouTube. I just meant like in the future you'll be able to see us there.
Oh,
And maybe well, I did say now, didn't I?
yeah, you did say you wanted to post the ones that we're doing now on the YouTube.
Yeah, I guess it would be a little bland to watch with just only audio on YouTube.
Yeah, I think when
Okay.
we put podcasts on YouTube, it has to be with a face cam. Because podcast right now that we're doing is not a YouTube really content that you put on there.
You're right.
Unless we make like random videos and then we just like shout out our podcast. Then we would do that. But other than that, we don't do that. Yeah. What else?
Okay.
Do we have anything else?
We went a little faster than anticipated, but
Yeah. Might be the nerves, being on a podcast
yeah.
talking like
Sorry
that.
if we were talking a little fast. We've never done this
Yeah.
before.
Well, I want to talk about more of the guests really quick. Just
Okay.
people. So we mentioned, I think we mentioned, that we want to get our advisor on here to talk with her for our club. I think, the goal, at least, I don't really know exactly what we talk about, but from listening to other podcasts, I think we'd talk to them about the stuff they know about our club, or obviously our advisor's going to know about our club, but like,
Well, we don't have to just talk about a club.
no, I know that. I meant like with them, talk about them and just other
right.
random topics if we have like a
Yeah,
conversation.
We'll come up
and
with
stuff
more
like that.
topics.
Yeah,
So
and,
we'll try to make sure this doesn't get repetitive. Every week we'll try to have something new.
like another person I have in mind. I just want to share more of the people I have in mind. We already asked our current math teacher, Miss Schwartz. All right, we hope to have her on our podcast as well. It might be cool, as well as our pretty much all of our teachers. I don't know. I think
Basically, yeah, we want to get all our teachers on here.
yeah.
Just because they're all pretty nice people, and I think they all have some interesting
Interesting lives.
stories at least.
Yeah, we also want to get our principal. Okay, we talked to a friend and
Ooh, that is a goal.
yeah, and they said the principal would probably be down with doing a podcast. Obviously, we need to figure out how we're going to record podcasts. Because right now I'm just at my house and Anthony's at his, and I'm recording with my mic and he's recording with his. So if we want to do that, we'd have to like pick a time and a place and record
Probably
there.
after school.
Yeah, I mean, this one, I told Anthony I wanted to make our podcast to be like an hour long each. I don't know because we need a lot to talk about, obviously.
Well, let's see. What time? We're already at about
45 minutes.
35, 45. Oh, 45. 40
40.
or 40.
Because we started at like 7:30. Yeah, and it's
7:30 something, yeah.
8:15. I don't know. But I think we have a lot right now. We need to figure out.
I mean,
more.
I think the episodes will vary in length depending on what we're talking about. Obviously, something like I don't want to say any of our future topics. Actually, I'd rather keep everything a surprise, so you guys have something to look forward to.
Yeah, let's not spoil anything. We need a lot of stuff to talk about in the future. So let's just keep that for the next episode. I think our origin story, which is what this episode is going to be called, is good.
Yeah. Also, since we're gonna have social media set up on hopefully every platform within a short amount of time. So if you guys follow us on there, you could even like message us, give us ideas. If you really want to hear us talk about something specific, maybe if you have any questions for us, we'll try to answer them. We could do like Q&A podcasts even.
Yeah, I think you can actually leave comments on the site that we're using that I'll link. I guess, yeah, when I share it, I think you can leave comments. I'm not sure, but yeah, if you guys have suggestions, maybe be like, oh, you guys suck, do this, or like give us critique on how we should do it. That'll really help. Since this
we
is
can
our
take
first.
the criticism. Don't worry.
Yeah, don't worry, we're not gonna get mad. But yeah, it'll be really helpful. Help us out. Tell us what we're doing right, what we're doing wrong, and we'll try to make our podcast better.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think we have enough for this episode, don't you think? Or do we have anything else to talk about?
For this week, I think we kind of covered our background info. Yeah.
All right.
So
I mean, okay, let's end it off with.
we don't have an outro or anything.
Okay. Well, yeah, I don't think many. Okay, let's just say we have I'll link the merch somehow. Figure out how to do that. Social media.
Yeah.
I'll link all the info, or I'll put all the information in the info section. I don't really know how the site works, like I said, but I'll figure it out. And I think everyone will know what we're talking about. But yeah.
And just a side note, for any of you guys who actually been watching this long, I just want to say thank you so much.
Yeah, I didn't think we'd be that interesting.
Taking time out of your day to, just watch some two high school kids talk about whatever's.
Yeah, and if you enjoyed it, let us know, because it'd be great to know that people like
positive
listening.
Or negative feedback.
Yeah, give us hope, so we can keep doing this and enjoying it. I mean, I enjoy it either way, but knowing that people enjoy it, that's even better.
So just make sure to tell your friends. That's all we need you guys to do.
Yeah, post on social media, do whatever you feel, is good, but get the word out, help us out like that. Yeah. I think that's good enough. I don't think we really need an outro, I guess. We'll just end it, say goodbye.
Bye, guys.
Yeah, goodbye.